Got a bit exciting the last half an hour last night.
It did, yeah. Angelo Matthews has done that to us before, and yeah, had a similar sort of feeling to it to the MCG about 12 or 14 months ago. Yeah, with 10 or 15 overs to go, we thought we had it in the bag, and yeah, just let our guard down a little bit, and they sort of got on a bit of a roll. And yeah, luckily for us this time, it went our way. So pretty happy to take the points out of that game.
So, but overall, you would have been happy with the team performance. I think Clarkey said last night, apart from that last half an hour, it was a pretty good effort.
It was a good effort, and I think in the first game we set ourselves a pretty high standard. I think, as Michael Clark said last night, we really need one of our top order to go on and make a big score. That'll get us up to a really competitive total. I think 230. You're not going to win every game with 230, so yeah, we picked out a few things of the game that we really need to improve on. But yeah, overall to get the result there, and I think to bowl the way we did, we're pretty happy with that.
What were those things that you picked out you need to improve on?
Well, like I mentioned, it was probably one of our top four really going on and making a big score. I think with Clarkey making 60, I think 230 is not always going to win you those games. So that was one real key issue, and then to take the foot off the accelerator late in the game, like we probably have done before, was just another thing that we didn't quite nail. But like I said, to get the result we wanted was great, and yeah, no damage done really.
You must be pretty happy with the way you bowled last night?
Yeah, pretty happy to sort of sneak in there. I've sort of recognised that getting off to a good start personally into my spell is usually turns out a good performance overall. So yeah, luckily sort of snuck in a few cheap overs and took a couple of nice wickets in the end.
Huss being rested, a big chance for Mitchell Marsh or maybe Peter Forrest to get a chance.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be a great opportunity for one of those two guys. I think we're playing some pretty good cricket at the moment, so it's going to be tough to change that winning lineup. But yeah, it'll be a great opportunity for one of those two to come in and really make an impact. And yeah, India will be pretty keen to knock us off after we touched them up the MCG last week.
Clarkey sort of said there was a question before the game, four-prong pace attack. No, said Doherty's playing. That's definitive. How'd you find bowling on the Wacker? Because there's been a lot of conjecture that spinners just don't enjoy bowling there.
I think it's a great place to bowl. The times I've played here in domestic cricket, getting that extra bounce, although I probably don't turn it as much as some other spinners, getting that extra bounce is, particularly against some of the subcontinent teams, it's a real advantage. So I loved bowling there last night, and I've managed to hit the footmarks a couple of times as well, which is one thing that the Wacker does produce is some big footmarks. So I love coming to Perth and bowling here.
What about Adelaide?
Adelaide's once again a great place for spinners to bowl. Keep it nice and straight, and there's obviously enough assistance in the wicket to help out the spin. So yeah, and one of the most beautiful grounds in the world. So looking forward to getting there.
Form-wise, how do you feel you're going at the moment? And I suppose looking at the bigger picture, everybody says Test matches are the pinnacle. So
yeah,
are you thinking of that at all?
Oh, no, I'm not thinking of it at the moment, but ideally, yeah, down the track, I'd love to sort of get back in there. Nathan Lyon's done a great job since he's come in, and he's going to be, a tough one to sort of move out of there. But yeah, hopefully down the track, another opportunity will present itself. I wasn't that rapt with the way I bowled when I did get my chance, so yeah, probably thinking a bit more long term there. But hopefully it does happen again.
As a bowler, how have you changed since you had your first shot there?
Look, I haven't changed too much. I guess it's probably, as a spin bowler, you're just sort of banking on experiences and getting back and really working hard on your game. And but like I mentioned, it's not really in the frame for me at the moment. I'm just concentrating on what I can do in the coloured clothes. So.
Just back to the game last night. Did Jay Warden's comments before the game saying maybe the Perth forward and fifth bowlers might be the weakness that fire you up at all?
No, not really. We didn't really speak about it. We saw it in the papers the day before, and he's probably spotting the money. We are missing a few key blokes that have been a big part of this lineup over the last few years. So I don't think there's too much in it. He's a pretty nice guy, and I don't think he'd sort of go out of his way to put us off. So.
Is there much in between the other two sides, India and Sri Lanka, as far as Australia is concerned, or is there one particular nation you feel you maybe got the wood over?
Oh, I don't think we've really got the wood. I think we're playing some pretty good cricket. No matter who we're playing against, we're going to be pretty competitive. I think all summer we've got ourselves on a bit of a roll. We're preparing really well. We're going into the games knowing whatever the opposition, we're going to put up a pretty good fight. So I think that's just been the theme of the team all year, I think.
How do you rate the two opponents?
How do I rate it?
Yeah. Is one better than the other in your opinion?
Oh, not really. I guess you look at the Indian team. They've obviously got a pretty solid batting lineup and quite a few key players along there in their list. But it's pretty hard to split them, I think.
been a pretty big season for you also domestically, you know, a bit of leadership with the captaincy there at Tasmania, Payne away and
Yep.
Bailey or in the Hurricanes. Do you feel now you can bring a bit of that into the Australian team and you've now, you know, earned your spot, you're not looking over your shoulder, some of the other spinners around the country?
I guess you're always sort of feeling out of that. I think that's the great thing about Australian cricket. There's always sort of guys wanting to take your spot. So I think that pressure's always sort of going to be there. I don't think, and that's a good thing for me. I think. As far as the leadership sort of thing goes, I really enjoyed my time, you know, captaining Tasmania and the Hurricanes. It was great for my cricket to really be under the pump, you know, for the entire 40 overs, and in the Shield game as well. You know, you're constantly thinking, and any captain you speak to, whether they're in charge of the game or not, you know, they're always thinking like the captain, and you know, I'm starting to feel like that as well. So haven't quite got the confidence to run up the pup and start sort of shooting ideas at him, but you know, hopefully down the track that'll come.